You are watching KEVU 25 News Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Trenton Whiting. A wreck today on North Navarro left one person dead and 2 others in the hospital. At around noon, a white Chevy Trailblazer crossed the median and caused a head-on collision with another car. The passenger in the Trailblazer died, and both drivers were transported to the hospital. Their condition is unknown at this time. Victoria Police says that there is no known reason for why the driver veered into oncoming traffic. The police say that this is an ongoing investigation. An LGBTQ support group meet and greet faced some interruptions today as a demonstrator was escorted away by state Congress candidate Stephanie Bassam. This video shows Bassam and campaign manager Aim Hicks escorting a man named Keith away from the event. The man came into the event with, quote, unwelcomed and confrontational views towards the group. Bassam said in a call that the man would have been welcome to stay, but that antagonistic speech would not be allowed. He refused to accept those terms and was then asked to leave the premises. Bassam is running for the Texas House of Representatives for District 30 on the Democrat ticket. A.J. Lauterbach is the Republican candidate for the position. Speaking of the District 30 representative race, both candidates plan to attend a town hall Q&A in Blessing tomorrow, September 23rd. It's at the Blessing American Legion Post 649 from 6 to 9 p.m. The address is 589 County Road 482. Bassam and Lauterbach will be joined by Matagorda Sheriff candidates Aaron Green and Rick DeLeon III. Attendees can ask questions, register to vote, and meet the names they'll see on the upcoming ballots. But since I'm going to be the one that's probably taking the trip, I would like to check in with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining to see what my drive is going to look like. Trey?
And it's a good thing you will, because we'll keep you updated here. Currently on the outside it's pretty quiet. 80 degrees, humid, definitely. It feels like 85 degrees on the outside. Southerly winds, 81% humidity. And the high today was very high, 97 degrees. Almost a record, not quite, 103 back in 1926. No rain as of yet. Rain chances are on the rise thanks to a weak cool front. But what's going on in the tropics? Something's getting organized out there. We'll give the details on that coming up a little bit later on in the full forecast. Trenton?
The Manhattan Art Program in Victoria is hosting free art classes for students from pre-K to 5th grade. They'll be every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Pine Street Community Center at 803 Pine Street. For more information, contact Michelle Evans at 361-649-8092. You can follow the page on Facebook at Manhattan Art Program at MAP Victoria Art. Tomorrow, students in Georgia will begin the process of returning to Appalachia High, where 2 14-year-old boys and 2 teachers were killed on September 4th. The campus will open back up in phases, an open house tomorrow, and classes resume on Tuesday.
Almost 3 weeks after the deadliest school shooting so far this year, the students of Appalachia High in Winder, Georgia, will return to the campus where 2 teachers and 2 students were gunned down. Their first names and photos fill the front page of the school's website, which also details how the kids will come back. An open house Monday. Classes resume on a half-day schedule Tuesday. Full classes set to start in mid-October. Counselors, therapy dogs, and more officers will be in place, while J Hall, where the killings took place, will be shut down for the rest of the school year. Student Armando Martinez said he's already been back for school practices.
It was hard even being there myself, given the fact that I was in that room where I was practicing, where I was in that room whenever it happened, and just to be in there in that moment, it was scary, but to know that we have a strong community.
That strong community seen on full display online. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson posted video of members of Appalachia's football team visiting the Atlanta set where he is currently working. But as Appalachia tries to move forward, the number of threats of school shootings have been on the rise across the nation. Reportedly, more than 24 children have been arrested for alleged threats. That includes in Florida. An 11-year-old now faces a felony for allegedly saying he would commit a mass shooting. The local sheriff issued this warning for future offenders.
Your little cherub, we're going to start publishing his face and doing perp walks with him when we take him into custody. And then we're going to show pictures of you, the parents.
I'm Tina Kim reporting.
The Victoria Independent School District and local law enforcement agencies are teaming up on a press conference to address their response plan to threats to campus as well as campus and student safety. Representatives from the Sheriff's Office, Victoria Police Department, and fire departments will discuss the steps they will take to enhance campus security and protect students and staff from threats. The conference takes place at the VISD Administration Office in the boardroom on Tuesday, September 24th at 1 p.m. For those who can't attend, a live stream on the VISD website will be available. Well, that's going to bring us to today's viewer poll. Will you be attending the VISD conference on how they will address campus safety? 14% say yes, 86% say no. Obviously, this is a big topic around the country, so we'll see what they have to say on that day. Thank you for participating and continue to vote in these polls. A group of JROTC students helped save a Marble Falls school resource officer who accidentally shot himself hours before a Friday night football game.
At the moment, I felt like terrified, adrenaline rush.
A Marble Falls school resource officer accidentally discharged his weapon before a Friday night football game.
We asked if he was okay, and he was like, "Oh no, my gun went off, I'm shot."
Several Brackenridge High
Right
School
here,
junior
when they were moving
ROTC students
top
in
and
the
everything,
area say they
the
jumped into
paramedics were
action,
going,
helping
and
put
I
a
think
tourniquet
this is right
on the
before the
officer's
cop came
leg.
out.
But he was doing the tying. I was trying to go help him tying it with him because the tighter the better.
I grabbed it and put my arm around him. He put his arm around me. I pulled it, and he was like, "Dial 911." And I dialed it, and he said dispatch. He said some code to them.
The boys tell me the tourniquet worked quickly, and after a 1.5-minute call to 911, first responders were on the way. The officer was then taken to a hospital by helicopter.
What do you want to happen from here?
I feel like basic first aid should be taught for like anyone like from middle school to high school range.
While it was a scary incident, the boys say they hope the officer and his family are doing okay.
More than 20 people were shot when gunfire erupted in a busy entertainment district in Birmingham, Alabama. 4 people were killed and at least 17 others were injured in what police say they believe was a targeted shooting. Now authorities are asking for the public's help as they search for multiple suspects.
Police in Birmingham, Alabama are searching for what they believe are multiple shooters who opened fire on a crowd Saturday night around 11 o'clock.
Approximately over 100 shell casings were collected, along with numerous other pieces of evidence.
It happened in the city's 5 Points South area, known for its restaurants and bars. The area is normally busy on Saturday nights. Investigators say multiple shooters pulled up in a car, got out, and fired shots before driving away. While several innocent people were hit by bullets, police say they do not believe this was random.
We believe the individual that was targeted is among the deceased. We believe that there was a hit, if you will, on that particular person, as far as, someone was willing to pay money to have that person killed.
3 people died at the scene, and another victim died at the hospital. At least 17 others were injured, some with life-threatening injuries.
It was very devastating, very, and sad. Like the grieving type screaming, like, I know someone is hurt or have passed away.
Birmingham's mayor is calling on laws to be changed to give law enforcement the tools to get guns off the streets.
We find ourselves in 2024 where gun violence is at an epidemic level and an epidemic crisis in our country. Is it solvable? The answer is yes. Does it require everyone to come together? The answer is also yes.
Local police are working with the FBI and the ATF on the investigation. Authorities are asking for the public's help and urging businesses in the area that have surveillance cameras to contact them. Mike Dubusky, ABC News, New York.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is kicking off a week-long visit to the United States. Sources tell CNN Zelensky will visit a factory in Scranton, Pennsylvania on Sunday that produces ammunition his country is using in its fight against Russia. The factory makes the 155mm artillery shells critical to Ukraine's war effort. During his trip, Zelensky will address the United Nations General Assembly in New York and meet with President Biden at the White House. That meeting will happen on Thursday. Zelensky has asked the president to honor Ukraine's request to use long-range missiles provided by the United States on targets inside Russia. The president has so far turned down that request. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, Tesla founder Elon Musk must now deal with some legal action against him and his company.
Warm southerly winds off the Gulf of Mexico feel like temperatures already beginning to bottom out in the 70s. Above a century mark again for your day tomorrow. Rain chance on the increase, and what's going on in the tropics. We got you covered coming up.
With controversy swirling in North Carolina, former President Donald Trump returned to the key battleground state for a rally on Saturday. Vice President Kamala Harris did not make any campaign appearances on Saturday, but did post on X that she has accepted an invitation for a CNN debate against Trump.
Former President Trump hosted a rally in North Carolina Saturday, days after his party's nominee for governor in the state, Mark Robinson, was hit with controversy. Trump not mentioning Robinson at the rally. Instead, he stressed the importance of the battleground state.
We got to win. This is a very important state. We win this state, I think it's going to be over fast.
Robinson has denied he made a series of racist and inflammatory posts decades ago, which were detailed in a recent CNN report. ABC News has not independently confirmed the reporting. Vice President Harris not making any campaign appearances on Saturday. Instead, the vice president posted on X saying she has accepted an offer from CNN for a second presidential debate against Donald Trump on October 23rd, less than 2 weeks before Election Day. Trump responding.
She's done one debate. I've done two. It's too late to do another. I'd love to in many ways, but it's too late.
The former president saying it's too late because voting has already started. Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
The election is just around the corner, and there are a few important pieces of information for voters. The last day to register to vote is on Monday, October 7th. The last day to apply for ballot by mail is Friday, October 25th. Early voting begins on Monday, October 21st, and ends on Friday, November 1st. The general election day is Tuesday, November 5th. A company known for its adult party game is suing SpaceX founder Elon Musk. Cards Against Humanity bought land in Brownsville, Texas, near the U.S. and Mexican border in 2017 to protect the area from the government possibly building a border wall there. And it is accusing Musk of allowing his SpaceX employees to trespass and damage the land. The lawsuit says contractors recently removed some of the greenery on the property and placed gravel over the soil to make the space available for SpaceX vehicles to park and work. The company is suing Musk for $15 million. So far, no comment from Musk.
Heat in store for your day tomorrow. Look at the heat index values at 2 o'clock. Afternoon, 102 in Victoria. Pretty much uniform everywhere you go across the crossroads. Talk about that, increasing rain chances and the storm developing in the Caribbean Sea, headed for the Gulf. Take a look coming up. Good Sunday evening, everyone. Let's get right into it, okay? Let's take a look at what's going on. This is the area that we've been watching the last several days. We've been talking about it for quite a while. It's finally getting its act together in the northwestern Caribbean Sea. And the Hurricane Center has a 50% chance of developing in 48 hours, 80% chance in 7 days. It's going to be a rather slow mover as it moves toward the Caribbean Sea, into the Caribbean Sea, and in the Gulf of Mexico eventually. But it looks pretty confidently now, more and more so, to make its way more toward the east, toward Florida, the way it looks at this point. So, not wishing that bad on anybody else, but hopefully it'll stay due east of Texas. I think it's going to do that. Let's look at this model run right here. This is, you see it developing, and note the time here. This is pretty much in the same place here as we go through your 12 a.m. on your Tuesday. And let's continue to run the model all the way through, make its way toward the Yucatan Channel. And by Tuesday, 11 o'clock, it's still pretty much in the same place. But notice, getting that hurricane shape, maybe a little eye forming there, coming up by Tuesday as well. And getting into the Gulf of Mexico coming up for your day on Wednesday. So it hasn't moved a whole lot, but looks very impressive here according to this model run here. Looks like a pretty good category 2 or 3 hurricane at that time. And looking down the road a little bit, even more so coming up by Wednesday in the evening time. But note the track continues to make it more toward the east. Looks like it'll be somewhere in the Florida Panhandle, kind of zeroing in on the spaghetti models here, because we have a cold front coming our way, pushing through the middle part of the week, which will give us some rain chances. But that cold front, combined with high pressure behind it, will push this all to the east more than likely. Upper level winds will keep it away from the Texas coast. So we'll keep watching it, of course, but it looks pretty confidently, as I've been saying, that it may remain well to the east of our area here. Here's another model run here, and I put the cold front here on this map here. It's going to get closer to us, kind of a slow-moving front, but it'll give us some rain chances, pretty much coming up for your day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because it's kind of a slow mover, and we make its way toward the Texas coast. Waiting for a push behind it, coming up for your Wednesday, which will push it out in the Gulf of Mexico, and that push will be important to pick this up, move it to the north, toward somewhere maybe near Panama City, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, or Pensacola, Florida, coming up maybe by about Thursday or so, as it continues to work to the north. A lot of warm water here, so it has the potential for getting better organized and become a pretty powerful hurricane, even this late in the month of September, which can still happen, of course. Rain chances will be in our forecast coming up for today, tomorrow, as that front gets closer to us. Not anything too widespread, too heavy. Maybe it inches by the time it's all said and done, by the time we work to you late in the day on Wednesday, when that front will push all the way through and give us some drying conditions behind it. Victoria, for your day tomorrow, starting off with a little patchy fog possible in the morning time. Partly cloudy skies, a rain shower possible in the afternoon. In the daytime heat, very widely scattered at best. Highs in the 90s. Extended forecast for us. We're watching the tropics, of course, but looks more to the east at this time. Scattered rain showers and storms all the way through you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with highs in the 90s, maybe a little bit lower humidity, with lows in the 60s coming up at the end of the week. So let's enjoy that. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. This is the QR code. Get your smartphone, scan the code you see right there. They'll take you to a web page. You can download our app. News, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient, and it's free of charge to be connected with us. Guess what? It's sports time, and it's Ray time too.
That's sure right, Trey. The Dallas Cowboys pulling the comeback of the season? Not exactly, but we'll see how close they came and more in sports. The Victoria Jaguars are in the middle of their first season as a Little League football organization. Remember, we talked with them early on in the season, and yesterday was their homecoming. Here's an update on the group's progression.
And here they are, the Victoria Jaguar Junior Team.
On Saturday morning, Memorial Stadium got a glimpse of what future Friday nights could possibly look like. The Little League Youth Football Organization and the Victoria Jaguars took on the Little League Calhoun Sandcrabs in their Week 6. The action even attracted the UHV's Jacks, the Jaguar, to cheer the team on. The whiteout-themed homecoming event is giving the kids a feel of what's to come. The kids' understanding and development of the game is the theme that Coach Caleb Garcia focuses on right now.
We're about development, so we're getting a lot of new first-time kids playing football. You know, we're introducing them to the game of football. We got the most kids playing football in Victoria in the last 5 years. You know, so we're just trying to get kids off the couch and just getting them active. They're learning everything. You know, you have your learning curves. You know, coming to offense, defense, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the kids are getting used to everything. They're getting the game feel, game-like scenario, just getting it under their belt week to week. We get better, and we're seeing progression week to week.
The coaches have been able to build a strong bond with the kids over the course of the season, and Jaguars president, Coach Darrell, has a clear approach on how he deals with the team.
Man, every kid is different. You have to sit down and really listen to them and pay attention to them. You know, me personally, you know, I'll go to their school if they're acting bad. That's just the coach I am. It's just really just learning each kid. Each kid is different. You find what they're good at, you find what they're not good at, and then we just try to develop them, make them better people overall.
The ending wasn't what many Victoria fans wanted in the 8U matchup, seeing the Jaguars lose to the Sandcrabs in the final score 16-0, but the Jaguars still showcased their development as a team. And it was not a good day in the state of Texas if we're talking NFL. But let's start things off with the Houston Texans on the road to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Houston off to a bad start as Stroud throws an interception, which was caught by a former Texan in Hill, and it was just off the fingertips from Phillips to help this interception occur. This was early on in the first quarter. Minnesota able to capitalize on the other hand. When at 3rd and goal, Darnold breaks loose for a scramble and locates Justin Jefferson for the touchdown. Houston never got it going after that, losing to Minnesota with the final score 34-7. And the bad luck followed the Cowboys at Jerry's World today. Baltimore, a team looking for their first win of the new season. There you see Baltimore's newly extended QB as well in Lamar Jackson, rushing it for a touchdown for the first touchdown of the game. The dominance followed Baltimore in the first, second, and third quarter. But the real action really took place in the fourth. With 7 minutes left to go, Baltimore up by 16. Dak finds Jalen Tolbert for a touchdown. Cowboys continue the road to redemption in the fourth with a 10-point game. And Dak, maintaining his poise, and throws another touchdown to Kevontae Turpin, making it a 4-point game. But still, Ravens hold them off in the final 2 minutes of the game. Final score seeing Baltimore win 28-25. And that does it for your sports. You know, it was a real nail-biter game, a huge disappointment for the Cowboys. But Trenton, you know, I know you're a Houston guy. Best wishes to all Texas fans for the NFL.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We needed a little bit more better luck against the Vikings, but stay with us. Coming up, a new study shows that traveling may give you more benefits than just some good memories. More in a moment. Experience Digital streaming service Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus. A new study suggests people who travel and experience new adventures in life may age a bit slower than everyone else. Researchers in Australia say traveling can offset what is the body's slow and inevitable decline. That's because when people travel, they meet new people, have new life experiences, and often take part in relaxing activities like yoga and spa treatments. The study's authors suggest traveling can benefit a person's physical and mental health. And I could use some of that if I'm going to be quite honest.
It's a good thing when you have an opportunity to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. You need to start a GoFundMe for myself to get to some of these vacations. But
maybe we can do that.
Yes, sir. But let's see what the weather's going to look like here in the hometown.
Well, getting a little bit better rain chance for tomorrow, primarily in the afternoon. At the front I showed you a little bit ago, it gets closer and pretty much stalls out over the area. Waiting for a push to push it through on Wednesday. Until then, 40% chance of rain would be at best, Tuesday, Wednesday in the afternoon. And front will push to the east and also bring the storm from the Caribbean Sea in the Gulf of Mexico. It looks like it's headed more toward Florida, pretty confident in that. So we don't wish bad on anybody else, but it's not coming to Texas. But it looks at this point, sunny skies for the end of the week for us to enjoy.
Yes, sir. Can't wait for that. Got to get through some rain to get to the sunshine.
There you go.
But we want to thank you for being with us. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hope you have a great night and a great rest of your week.